Atlantis, Lemuria continent and the end of world. Part 1, the beginning. The history of you and me is presented in this video. The science involved in this presentation is not rocket science but common sense. Do you want to know our past? Do you want to know our future? Do you want to know when we all will die due to apocalypse? Are we living in a hidden dimension? When is the judgment day or doomsday? Whether the concept of parallel universe is real? Who created the modern world? What is Noah's Ark in Bible? Whether Noah had reincarnated? If so, where is he living at present? Where is Jesus now? As per Bible, Jesus reincarnates in the 21st century. All the above beliefs or questions are applicable to all religions and gods. Whether rebirth is real? Do you want to know when will we take rebirth? Do you want to know whether sin is true? Will it backfire? Whether sin and rebirth can be proven using mathematical model and physics? The answer is yes. Do you know why Jesus is called God? Do you know why Lemuria continent is called cradle of civilization? Do you know why India is called land of gods? Do you know that Tamil is the first language of world? The mystery of Peru Nazca lines is solved in this presentation. The mystery of Eastern Island is solved in this video. Please follow. Guideline to be followed while watching this video. Always ask yourself why, when, how and what. Please refer Google if you don't understand some of the concepts. Note down your questions. It will be answered in later part. Most of your questions are answered in this video. Some of the question will be answered in the next video. If not, please contact me. The science involved in this presentation is not rocket science but common sense. Theories those are right and wrong are presented here. Continental drift theory is correct. Ice Age theory is correct. Humans have evolved from monkey. This theory of evolution is partially wrong. Early human had more than one head. This concept is correct. Proof is given inside. Early human had more than two hands. This concept is also correct. Proof is given inside. Human had evolved from all kind of animals and birds including monkeys. Proof is given inside. So many languages and castes existing in the world is a proof. Dinosaurs are extinct. This theory is wrong. You and I were evolved from dinosaurs.
Various legends and other unusual landforms remind of the submerged continent of Lemuria, that stretched all the way from India to Australia. Like Atlantis, this ancient landmass disappeared in mysterious circumstances tens of thousands of years ago. Towards the end of the 19th century, English geologist Philip Sclater had coined the idea of a submerged continent named Lemuria. Although such a belief was not so novel, the researcher provided evidence that would even be approved by the scientific community at that time. In an article entitled The Mammals of Madagascar, Sclater noted that lemur fossils were abundant in Madagascar and India, list in mainland Africa and Middle East there were none. Based on this observation, he proposed that India and Madagascar formed at some point in time a broader continent, and referred to it as Lemuria. Science later adopted the idea of continental drift, so a submerged continent would have been less probable by the new standards. Even so, the concept of a submerged ancient land remains viable, as there are numerous enigmas residing in the area which point in that direction. The first anomalous area which hints at a mythical continent of Lemuria is Adam.
Now let us begin. What is global warming? Due to natural and man-made activities, the average global temperature increases. It affects the melting of polar ice and increases the sea level. What is global warming? Due to increase in sea level, most part of coastal land will be submerged. Many islands will be lost. This is a threat to civilization. What is the opposite of global warming? It is global cooling. The process of global warming is explained here. Due to human activities like deforestation, industrialization, concrete jungles are formed. This creates urban heat islands. Due to emission greenhouse gases, the monsoon pattern gets modified. This results in reduced rainfall. Due to the average global temperature increases, polar ice caps begin melting, resulting in increased sea level. The industrialization such as automation increases the demand and resulting in increased demand. In order to meet the demand, more and more greenhouse gases are emitted. This is positive feedback loop or cycle, due to which the globe becomes more and more warm. The following picture depicts the mean temperature rise in globe during the period between 1998 to 2008. The average global temperature has raised more than 1 degree centigrade compared to pre-industrialization era. Countries should come forward and focus on green energy. One possible alternative is the nuclear fusion reactions. Nuclear fusion reactors are the cleanest form of energy-producing devices. What is global cooling? The process of global cooling is explained here. If for some reasons, human activities cease to exist, then global cooling will happen. How? Due to non-intervention from human, plants and trees will grow more and more, which will cause more frequent rains. What is global cooling? Due to seed dispersal by birds and animals, more and more trees will grow, which will increase the forest area and frequency of rain. This process is called afforestation or reforestation. This is positive feedback loop, due to which the forest area expands. The continuation of global cooling explanation. Reasons for change in global cooling is presented here. Due to non-intervention from human and no industrialization, the forest area begins increasing naturally. Due to seed dispersal by birds and animals, the forest cover increases. Due to more forest area, the frequency of rain increases. Due to more rain, the forest area increases. Due to afforestation, the globe begins cooling. This is a positive feedback loop for global cooling. Due to reforestation, ice age begins. The reason for change in global temperature is presented here. The global warming is due to animals. The global cooling is due to plants. Both animal and plants have life. So, there should be a balance between them. If not, due to the positive feedback loop or positive feedback cycle, the system becomes unstable. An unstable system results in unwarranted situation. The progressive changeover of world map is presented here. Due to global cooling, the current age becomes ice age. Due to global warming, the ice age becomes current age. During the ice age, Lemuria and Atlantis continent had existed. During current age, both Lemuria and Atlantis continents were submerged. They will resurface after some period of time. It follows a cycle. The Earth will follow some cycle during the period of evolution. There were 4 ages or epochs. They are listed below and they follow a cycle. 1. Jurassic Age. 2. Ice Age. 3. Middle Age. 4. Current Age. They follow a cycle. Currently we are living in the transition age between current age and Jurassic Age. Hindu cosmology divides time into 4 epochs or yuga. They are listed below. Krita Yuga or Satya Yuga. Treta Yuga. Dwapara Yuga. Kali Yuga. Yuga means age. Current age is known as Kali Yuga, 4th age. Jurassic Age is known as Krita or Satya Yuga, 1st age. Ice Age is known as Treta Yuga, 2nd age. Middle Age is known as Dwapara Yuga, 3rd age. The Earth follows some cycle during the period of evolution. Due to global cooling, the current age becomes Jurassic Age. Further, due to global cooling, the Jurassic Age becomes Ice Age. Due to global warming, the Ice Age becomes Middle Age. Further, due to global warming, the Middle Age becomes Current Age. This is cycle, which repeats within it. Note that global cooling is due to plant life and global warming is to animal life. Some herbivorous animals help the plants to grow by seed dispersal. They mediate the transition between different ages. This theory is known as theory of vegetation in Hinduism. They are called Shaiva Siddhantakatpadugal in Tamil. During the first age known as Jurassic Age, no human race existed. Only plants and animals had existed at that point of time. Dinosaurs were ruling the entire world at that age. During the Ice Age, the first human known as Neanderthals had evolved from dinosaurs. At that time different types of Neanderthals existed. During the Middle Age, due to the sexual interaction between different races of Neanderthals, the human form known as heterosapiens ruled the world. During the Middle Age, due to intercaste marriage between different human races, the current form of human race known as Homo sapiens had evolved. The current age is dominated by Homo sapiens. The Earth follows some cycle during the period of evolution. During the Ice Age, due to gene mutation, only virgin mothers had existed. The world's first language Tamil had evolved. During the Middle Age, female, male as well as transgender existed. Many languages and much caste system existed during the Middle Age. During the current age only 2 castes exist and they are male and female. The presence or absence of science and technology at different ages presented here. During the Ice Age, science and technology existed. During the Middle Age, more advanced science and technology existed. During the current age, an inferior form of science and technology exists. Each age ends due to a supervolcano eruption. Jurassic Age map of world is presented in this slide. The Jurassic Age map is much similar to the current age map except with dense forest area. The Ice Age map of world is presented here. During the Ice Age the polar ice caps existed up to 23.5 degrees latitude north and south. Arctic existed up to Himalayas. Antarctic existed up to half of the Australia. The evolution of Lemuria continent is presented here. Due to seed dispersal by birds and animals the forest area begin increasing. The increase in forest cover is referred as afforestation or reforestation. This increase in forest area increases the frequency of rain. Due to more rain the globe starts cooling. This event is a positive feedback loop for global cooling. Due to global cooling, the polar ice caps started growing exponentially. Due to this most of the water from the ocean was converted into ice in the polar region. Due to less water available in the Indian and Atlantic Ocean, the Lemuria and Atlantis continents started growing exponentially. Please pause the video for some time. A quick recap of what we have learned so far. Lemuria continent is true. Convince yourself. The world follows a 4-cycle age or epoch or yuga. A quick recap of what we have learned so far. Due to global warming and global cooling, the history and geography of world changes. Change is a constant. But science will never change except medicinal science. Please play the Now let us see what happened to the animals and plants in Lemuria continent. The proof for multi-head human is given in the following session. Lemuria continent is also called salt continent, Lemuria continent is also called water continent, Lemuria continent is also called Ice Age continent. The men in the Lemuria continent were blue in color similar to the alien men shown in Avatar movie. Geography of Lemuria continent is presented here. It had 7 hills. It had 7 seas. Apart from Arctic and Antarctic Ocean it had 1 ocean in the current Pacific area. Geography of Lemuria continent is continued here. The monsoon pattern is discussed here. It rained thrice a month. The trees were sky high. Due to which the animals had breathing problem with insufficient air. It was quoted in the Hindu epic Ramayana that the father of the character Hanuman brought and hides all the air beneath the ocean in order to get his son back from the god Indra. The evolution of animals in the land is presented here. The animals in the land don't have to roam for food because the food is available in the dense forests where they live. Due to their reduced mobility, they started growing exponentially. The characteristics of animals lived in the land is presented now. Their height and weight increased due to reduced mobility. These animals are now called as dinosaurs. They started ruling the world. This age is called Jurassic Age. The animals in the land and the dense forest caused the beginning of Jurassic Age. What happened to the animals in the ocean? The evolution of Ice Age is a slow process. During the period of evolution, the animals in the ocean started migrating to the land. For example, fish and crocodiles started migrating to the land as most of the water in the ocean started freezing and the increase in Arctic and Antarctic ice continent area. That is why we have mermaids. A fish turned human. Crocodile turned human, etc. The species of penguins have evolved from fish. In India and some other part of world, separate caste systems exist with their name denoting some animals. Growth of Lemuria and Atlantis continent is now presented. The Lemuria continent did not grow in one day. It slowly appeared from beneath the ocean over a period of time. So did Atlantis continent. One may ask a question whether plants grow in salt water. The answer is yes. E.g., mangrove forests. The following slides explain the growth of Lemuria and Atlantis. Due to the salty nature of the land, the genes of the plants were modified over a period. This event is called gene degeneracy or gene mutation. Due to gene degeneracy, the trees started growing sky-high. The average height of trees in that salt continent is 500 meters, approximately 1,500 feet. And on average the trees were having more than 1,000 branches. What is orbital degeneracy of electrons in quantum mechanics? No two electrons will occupy the same orbital. They will occupy degenerate orbital, the energy levels of which differ minutely. The orbital degeneracy of electrons is depicted in the following picture. To match the height of plants, the animals also started growing vertically. Due to their increase in height, all animals started walking with 2 legs. The genes of the animals were also degenerate. Due to mutation, degeneracy, of genes and more presence of salt, they started having more heads, each head corresponding to the branch of tree, and hands. Their heads were having horns representing the leaves of the tree. It was quoted in the Hindu epic Ramayana that Ravana, king of Lemuria continent, had 10 heads. Even now the Hindu god Kartikeya is believed to have 6 heads. Hindu god Brahma had 4 heads. First instance of early human-initiated deforestation, in Lemuria, is revealed here. Genetic disorder, gene degeneracy, gene become degenerate when grown in salt water. Even now human race takes a pinch of salt along with their food. Salt is required for proper functioning of nervous system and brain. Our brain is the computer which controls all our activity and learning. If we stop taking salt, we will lose our 6th sense. We will become animal. Language, science and technology will not be passed on to the next generation. If intake of salt is stopped, civilization will come to an end. That is design of modern human body nervous system. The proof for multi-head human is presented in the following slides. Please pause the video for some time. A quick recap of what we learned so far. Early human had more than 1 head. Each head corresponds to the branch of a tree. Please stay tuned. Early human had more than 2 hands. Each pair of hand corresponds to the branch of a tree. They had fur to protect them from the very low temperature. Fur corresponds to the leaves of tree. ... Early human had many glands. Each gland corresponds to the fruits or seeds he eats. Reason for having more heads and hands is presented here. Due to the presence of more salt in their food, genes start mutating over a period of time. This gene mutation is then reason behind the multiple head and hands. Why did human walk on 2 legs? To match the height of the trees in the Lemuria salt continent, the human, animal, started growing vertically. Due to which, he started walking on 2 legs. At the end of current age, the best survived men will walk with 4 legs. This process follows a cycle. The examples for human-turned animals are lizard and chimpanzee. They turned back to animal life after the end of last current age. Ape is an exception where even now they are walking on 2 legs. The current form of human is Homo sapiens, evolved version of Heterosapiens. Heterosapiens, that is, early human, are the Neanderthals evolved from all kind of animals including dinosaurs. Due to evolution, they had sexual intercourse among them, and the current forms of human called Homo sapiens, human, have evolved. These events had occurred in Ice Age. Proof for human evolved from all kind of animals is presented here. Different blood groups denote different animal from which he evolved. Different castes denote different animal from which the race have evolved. Different language denote different animal from which a race have evolved. Now within a race different blood groups are found, and hence it is proof for that all human are Homo sapiens. Hence all human are equal. Why do we call mother tongue and motherland? Why? Because the first language was created by virgin mothers. The first tools were created by virgin mothers. Using those tools, virgin mothers destroyed the forests and created country. That is why it was quoted in Bible that the Holy Mother of Jesus is a virgin. Hence Lemuria continent is also called as Virgin Island. In Hinduism, they celebrate a function called Dussehra to show their gratitude to virgin mothers. Please play the video to continue. In the upcoming sessions, we are going to see the different kind of animals evolved into Neanderthals and then humans. The following pictures depict different Hindu gods and Greek mythical figures. They represent the early animals from which they evolved. All Hindu gods should be treated as ancestors who were scientists contributed to the then and current society. Ganesha is known as elephant god with 5 faces. Kartikeya is known as 6-face peacock god. Brahma is known as 4-face lizard god. He is also known as the creator current age. Nandi is known as cow god. Narasimha is known as god with lion face. Hayagriva is known as horse face god. Garuda is known as eagle face god. Hanuman is known as monkey face god. Mermaids are known as fish god. Nagakanya is known as snake god. Ravana was the emperor of Lemuria continent with 10 heads. Minotaur is a Greek mythical creature having bull head and human body. Centaur is Greek mythical creature with human head and horse body. According to Hinduism, Spider-Man is human being evolved from spiders. According to Hinduism, Batman is human being evolved from fruit-eating bats. In India, different caste system exists denoting different animals from which they had evolved. At the current age, only 2 caste systems exist in the world, and they are male and female caste. The science and technology of early human are explained in this section. The mystery of Peru, Nazca lines and Eastern Island statues are explained here. Eastern Island was created by men during Middle Age to inform something to the modern human. Peru Nazca lines were created by men during Middle Age using advanced technology they had at that point of time. The science and technology of early human was advanced. Since they had many brains, they were able to think more. They had the same science and technology what we own now. The science and technology of early human is discussed in detail here. In fact, they had achieved nuclear fusion reactions. From those nuclear fusion reactors, they converted nitrogen into gold, alchemy. This gold is still inside the temple of Trivandrum in the state of Kerala in India. One calculation shows that the amount of gold inside the temple is 100 times more than that can be mined from the known gold mines of India for the known history of India. In the world, every country is having gold in bank vaults except India, where every house is having gold vault. The proof for the science and technology of early human is the Diwali festival celebrated in India and Indonesia. During the Diwali festival, celebrated in India and Indonesia, different type of crackers, rockets and chakras, flying saucer machine, were used. This festival is celebrated for more than 5,000 years. Diwali crackers are proof for early men's science and technology. Using the flying object, UFO, powered by nuclear fusion reactors shown in the next slide, the early man had launched satellites and traveled to different planets and solar system to find the existence of life. They had reconnaissance and communication satellites. They had spaceborne observatories similar to our Hubble Space Telescope. He found that all planets and some of their moons are having life different from human life. For this argument, proof will be given in the next video. Flying saucers used by early men is shown in this video. The cause for industrialization of modern world is explained here. Using the gold collected as tax by the British people during their period of rule, they funded the research and development activities around the world where they had ruled. It was told to me that British learned to run a machine using steam and passed on the information to James Watt. James Watt invented the first steam engine of the world. In India, steam engine was used to cook food for more than 2,000 years now. I don't think so. It might be a rumor. British people enjoyed plants and wealth which they amazed from India and did some good research and development activities. How the early men perished. Due to a nuclear war and followed by a supervolcano eruption, the early men perished. Some of them survived. The near extinction of early men is explained in detail here. Due to deforestation in Lemuria and Atlantis continent, global warming increased. There was a cold war between the Lemuria continent and the rest of the erstwhile world. The King Ravana of Lemuria continent had enough nuclear warheads in stockpile, more than 10,000 nuclear warheads. He had produced hormone injection which converts female to male. This hormone is produced from the seeds of mango tree. Due to this hormone, most of the women in Lemuria continent turned into men. They started kidnapping other society women for the sake of sex. It was quoted in Hinduism that there was a war between the 2 gods Ganesha and Muruga for the mango fruit. Even in Bible it was quoted that the god told Eve not to eat that fruit. King Ravana kidnapped Sita, the wife of King Rama. This started a war. They became cannibals. Ravana started dictating others. As a result, war broke out. The then King of India, South Africa and Australia conducted surgical strike on the weapon stockpile of Lemuria, which resulted in detonating all the 10,000 hydrogen bombs at the same time. Nuclear bomb detonation is depicted in the following picture. It shows the mushroom cloud formed after a nuclear bomb detonation. This war was followed by a supervolcano eruption in New Zealand. The volcano eruption is shown in the following figure. Thus the Lemuria continent civilization came to an end. The war and volcano eruption caused a sudden surge in the global temperature. Due to melting ice glaciers, all their wealth is washed away. The people of Lemuria continent lost all their wealth and started their life afresh. The people who survived the attack in the Lemuria continent started migrating to mainlands of India, South Africa and Australia. At this point of time, the human had only 4 heads and 8 hands. The human head has increased from 1 number to 6 numbers and reduced from 6 in number to 1 in number. This is a slow process during evolution. The animals in land have only 1 head because there is no salt in their food to mutate the gene. The following section describes about the Second Nuclear War and another supervolcano eruption. During Middle Age, another nuclear war happened, Mahabharata War. This was followed by a supervolcano eruption. This event is quoted in Mahabharata that God Krishna had hidden the sun for Arjuna to fight. How a man Krishna can hide the sun. This event is due to the ashes from the volcano eruption. The ashes did not allow the sun rays to enter the earth for a period of 18 months. This period is referred to as nuclear. Plants migrated from Lemuria continent to the mainland either by human or seed dispersal by birds. Coconut tree, mango tree, jackfruit tree, banana tree, jamon tree, neem tree, tamarind tree, banyan tree, pumpkin creeper, black pepper plant, piper beetle leaf plant. Question and answer session begins now. Most of your questions are answered here. Some of the similarities between all religions are discussed here. The name Roman Catholics might have been originated from Hinduism. The word Roman is similar to Raman in Hindu epic Ramayana. Ramzan is a word derived from Ram and Janagi. Ram was hero of Ramayana. Rama and Hanuman conducted a surgical strike on Sri Lanka, the then Lemuria, and set fire on it. The following words have a similarity. Om's Lam, Oman, Om is a chanting mantra in Hindu religion. It represents cosmic microwave background radiation which is pervasive all over the universe. The Japan city name Nagasaki might have been derived from Naga and Saki, meaning of which is Nagasaki is city of Nagars. The meaning of Nagars is nothing but a snake turned human. All language alphabets starts with the letter A. Now the question session begins. Do you want to know the timeline of these events? Do you want to know how and when human got single head? Do you want to know how and why we don't remember our past life of having more heads? When the world is going to end. Apocalypse. How the world will end. What will happen to the human race? The world will end due to a supervolcano eruption. If at all the human race ends, when they will take rebirth. Is reincarnation true? The body perishes, but where does the soul go? Keep it in mind, body, that your body continuously emits electromagnetic waves in the microwave and infrared region which reaches the moon distance within 1.3 seconds. This process continues from birth to death. Only microwave travels too far because it is line of sight propagation. Do you want to know whether other planets and moons in the solar system own life? After death, where do we go? Whether Vastu and astrology are true. What is positive vibration and negative vibration that affect you and me? The answer is as follows. It is nothing but the constructive and destructive interference of electromagnetic waves emanating from our body and the surroundings. All animals and plants are also radiating M waves and they do have life. In short, physics states that any body whose temperature is above absolute zero will emit electromagnetic radiation. So lead a good life. So be happy and make others happy. Sin and virtue, good or true, and which will be carried to your next incarnation, avatar or Janma. Proof will be given in the next video. Whether technology is a boon or bane. Who is the mentor between middle age to the current age? Is it Noah or God? What is his history? Whether God exists. Whether ghost exists. ... If so, can we see them? If so, can we talk to them? Is black magic or mandragam true? Please wait for the answers. For rest of the questions, please be tuned for the answers. YouTube video is under preparation and will be uploaded in the same channel shortly. Animation work pending. In summary, what do we learn from this video presentation? In essence, what did we learn from this presentation? All ages of world had human with civilized society, as we own now, except Jurassic Age. The human in Ice Age and Middle Age had more than one head and advanced science and technology. In essence, what did we learn from this presentation? We don't remember our past life of having more heads. Why? Because they were purposely suppressed in the history by our ancestors and the protectors, Illuminati, of the world. Why? They want to protect the world by cremating the dead bodies. Humans had more head because their genes were mutated due to more salt. Human have evolved from all kind of animals. Sin and virtue, evil and good, are true since they involve the physics of electromagnetic radiation. For common man only the following statement included. What is electromagnetic wave? When you are talking in mobile phone, how fast the other person hears your voice irrespective of the distance of separation. Hidden history is presented here. So far we were living in hidden dimension. Please open your third eye. A request from me. 1. Please donate food and cloth to poor people. 2. Plant more trees. 3. Evil and good does not originate from outside. The references used in this presentation are listed below. Tamil literature Tholkappiyam. Tamil devotional song Skantha Sasti Kavasam. Tamil literature Agananoru. Tamil literature Purananoru. Tamil literature Silapathagaram. Hindu epic Ramayana. Hindu epic Mahabharata. Holy Bible. Meet you soon in the next video. Until then, bye from Illuminati. A production by Advanced Research and Science Incorporation. ARS Incorporation.